You're in my clutches, fallen prey, it would seem, to my maniacal mind and diabolical scheme. Shall I fry you in magma or impale you with spikes? All my things, take your rings, I've got things you won't like. Like a big laser that's powered by crystals, a tool that burns with the heat of the sun. And if I aim at your toes, I'll likely burn off your nose, and everyone knows that using lasers is fun.
Dr. Eggman, I'm not certain, but you may not be aware that your laser self-destruction functions button is right there.
I don't follow.
Shouldn't it be harder to get to?
But then I can't reach it! Look, you're all missing the point.
Which is?
I don't need to use my laser cause I have a giant bomb which will cover this whole planet in a toxic green napalm, and this bomb's armed with a timer.
Why not set it off right now?
Well, I don't know how.
Seriously?
Every bomb you've ever crafted has a flimsy metal plate.
And inside it are the wires meant to help recalibrate.
Well, I guess it's true they often do, but what's this all about?
Don't you think those crucial wires could be easily torn out?
No. That plate requires a hex wrench to take off.
Or a fist.
But toxic bombs are nothing compared to my true master plan.
Do tell.
I can climb inside a robot, one whose footsteps shake the ground.
And which has no major defects.
And or weak points to be found.
It shoots missiles from its fingers, and its arm becomes an axe.
And it follows simple patterns for its movements and attacks.
Fine, my evil plans and wicked schemes may seem a bit underwhelming, but the greatest weapon that I have, this death ache that I'm having.
This thing's a piece of junk.
Hey!
And it also smells like an evil armpit.
See? The jungle badger finds it intimidating.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I deactivated your weapon systems earlier.
Huh?
I also found a copy of your Death Egg schematics and uploaded them to Spinterest.
You what?
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is completely unprotected. Oh, hey, 3 respins.
No way! I can't believe this.
Yeah, also, this thing's about 20,000 miles overdue for an oil change.
Never trust auto mechanics.
Well, I didn't want to do this, but you finally forced my hand. Now I'll show you all the evilest thing that I have ever planned. It took countless days and endless nights, but I thought it ironic that the badnik who would end you all would be named... Wait for it. Metal Sonic! What did you do with my robot?
I don't know. What does he look like?
Blue, metal, your height.
Oh, and dashingly attractive? Yeah, I bumped into him.
And where is he now?
Well, part of him went out the window, and the other part got caught in a trash compactor.
No, no, no! Why's this always happen every time in every game? When I think I've beaten Sonic, he defeats me all the same. And no matter what my tactic, not a plan or strategy, will ever yield a single triumph or one victory.
Tough luck, Egg Noodle.
Maybe if you let us out, Tails can fix your engine.
I can do that from in here, actually.
Shh! I suppose I have no choice but to set you free. Then again, could it be the situation is a lucky twist of fate? Sonic's trapped inside a cell from which he can't evacuate. And it's true my death and leave Sonic here to die. Then I'll watch from out the window as my death egg hits the ground, and I'll cut my ear and then I'll hear the sweetest of all sounds. It's the sound of my redemption in the form of Sonic's doom, for I'm finally killing Sonic in a fiery Sonic boom.
Hello, hello, can everyone hear me? Let me go onto my own stream, make sure I can be heard. La la la. I love random encounters. They are a classic. Hello, Double Seven. Hello, Kana. Hello, Playo. How y'all doing? I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas. Can I open Twitch on my phone, please? Thank you very much. Hello! It's so good to see you all. Meowy Christmas. I'm hold on. In just a second, I will turn on face cam, but let me first check some things. Make sure. Okay, y'all can hear me. Cool. Awesome sauce. Awesome. Wow. Awesome. Wow. Do you have a clue what happens now? All right, all right, I did tell Kanakaro that he and I would VC on this, so let me get on Discord and VC him. But yeah, how was y'all's Christmas? Did y'all get anything cool? Oh, and also, I say this in the title, but tonight we will be discussing Sonic 3 movie spoilers. Like, we don't have to spend the entire stream talking about it, but if I want to bring it up or if you want to bring it up, that is allowed. Like, spoilers for other stuff is not allowed, but Sonic 3 spoilers are allowed because I saw it. I liked it overall. I definitely did not think it was a perfect adaptation, but I mean, it was good. It was good for what they gave us. I think it was good. Oh my gosh, Discord. Oh my word, Discord. You driving me cray. All right. We can VC in DMs, Kana. Let me call you. Hello? Yes, we can talk about post-credit scenes, Double Seven. Hold on. I cannot hear Kana. If he's talking, I cannot hear him. Hold on. Voice and video. Output device.
Heaven and earth are full of your glory.
Oh my gosh, hi Kana!
Could you hear that?
You're singing a Catholic hymn, I see.
It's my favorite.
It's great.
It's Hosanna in the highest.
Yeah, it is. All right. Okay, and yes, Devil Seven, I did watch the post-credit scenes. I did like them. I am very excited. Hold on, oh my freaking word. Hold on. BRB, I need to get the thing that connects the USB to USB-C so y'all can see my face. But now Kana's here so he can talk to y'all.
Yep. Okay.
BRB.
So, okie dokie. So, in the meantime, the post-credit scene, I also very much enjoyed. I was going to make this a very dialect-heavy sentence, but I just failed tremendously. So, yes, I actually really liked it. I liked the fact that we're going to see Metal Sonic and Amy. And of course, no, who actually thought Shadow was going to die? But what did you guys think? That's what I want to know. Let's see. But yeah, since we're allowed to talk about Sonic movie spoilers,
right. I've returned. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to say my favorite scene in the movie. It has to be Sonic and Shadow teaming up in their super forms and Live and Learn playing in the background.
Oh yes, I was so glad they played Live and Learn.
They played it twice, actually. They played it 3 times, actually.
Yeah, they played it a few times. Okay. One second. My camera is connected, but I need to...
The theatrical version of Live and Learn is so good!
It is. And also, Devil 7, I completely agree. There was way too much Jim Carrey in that movie. Like, I love Jim Carrey. I respect him as an actor. But, like... But they didn't... I don't know. I felt like they really overdid the Gerald and Eggman bonding. I feel like if they had the like there was the Wouldn't It Be Nice montage and there was the light dance sequence, I felt like they should have only had one of those in there, not both of them.
I do agree with this. Me personally, I'm personally just not a fan at all at how Jim Carrey portrayed Gerald.
Yeah.
It kind of, instead of, because you gotta understand from my perspective, I've always seen Gerald as this tragic, sad, depressing character who lost everything.
Yeah.
So, and I was hoping to see that in the big screen, but only for Jim Carrey to just treat him like, oh, he's just another Eggman.
Yeah.
Me personally, if I were directing it, I would have preferred it. You could keep Jim Carrey's Eggman the way he is, because I love him as Eggman, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But instead of treating Gerald as another Eggman, have Jim Carrey portray him like he does with the Cable Guy, where he's creepy, unsettling. Yes, he's Jim Carrey, but he uses that to put you at unease. Like, have the movie a scene where he's like massaging Eggman's face and all that, and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Make him uncomfortable.
That would have been perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I am glad that eventually they betrayed each other in the end. Also, my camera's
Of course.
upside down.
Are you upside down or are we right side up?
I have no clue how to fix this. Preset.
How did this even happen?
I don't know. Transform.
Guys, clip this. We need more
we
upside
go.
down Meowy.
There we go. Okay. Da 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 da. All right, there we go. Hon. Let me.
I'm sorry, but the smash cut from Sonic and Shadow blowing up an armada of robots to that scene between him and his grandfather was officially too weird for me. Okay. My opinion of that, I feel like the fight was too goofy. I mean, obviously it's Jim Carrey. I'm talking between Eggman and Gerald.
Oh yeah, it was interesting. Yeah.
I remember when I first saw like the trailers and stuff. What I thought was going to happen was when Gerald does betray Eggman, he instead of transforming to that scorpion thing for some reason, he was going to transform into the bio lizard.
Oh, that would have been crazy. But no.
That's what I thought was going to happen, but I guess that wasn't in the budget.
Yeah.
But it was good to see the bio lizard as a puppet, though.
Wait, when was the bio lizard a puppet?
Remember when Shadow and Maria were watching a show and it was a kaiju movie?
Oh!
That was the bio lizard.
Shoot, I didn't think. I don't know. Definitely the montage between Shadow and Maria was definitely my favorite part.
Oh yeah. I love the way Alayla Brown portrayed Maria. She just felt like a kid.
She did. She did a great job.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't. The one thing I did like was they didn't try to portray Maria as, oh, she's like this angel that could do no wrong. She was mischievous. She was mischievous. She did things behind her grandfather's back, and that's fine because kids do that.
Yeah, I liked that too about her. Yeah, I liked it too. Also, hello, Mr. Game Teen. We're talking about our thoughts on Sonic 3 right now.
Hello, Mr. Game Team.
Yeah, by the way, there was a new release on the Super Paper Mario musical, The Wedding Song, released recently. So,
Ooh.
yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, we are talking about Sonic now. So, I got this ugly Christmas sweater. I don't know if it's ugly, but I got this Christmas sweater at Target. And I wore it to the movie theater, and it was great. Definitely that whole montage between Shadow and Maria was my favorite part, and I especially really love the part where Shadow was skating and Maria was holding onto a string with her roller skates. I thought that was so much fun.
That is such a nice touch.
Yeah,
it's
like
also
they're
a cool
both skating.
It's also a cool callback to the Gerald's Journal.
Oh gosh, I have not read it, but I have it with my game.
Well, do you mind if it's considering it's not that big of a spoiler? It's more of a hey, by the way, this happened. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
The journal implies that Maria is the one that made Shadow's shoes.
No way!
Yes.
That's
there's
fun.
like a little cute picture. There's like a cute diagram of Shadow's shoes being developed, and like with Maria like putting like a blue crayon arrow directly toward it, saying like, "Oh, Maria," implies she made it.
Also, hi, Anime Thanos. Yeah, I will say I was a bit bummed. Like, I am very glad that like they portrayed Maria as a normal kid, but I am kind of bummed that like they didn't give her the disease, the neuroimmune deficiency syndrome.
Yeah, I am too, but I am also looking at the perspective of the only reason the disease was a thing in the games was to give Shadow more of a tragedy. But even then, if you were to play Sonic Adventure 2, you would never have the impression she's sick. That was always a side note that you need to read the manuals to find out.
Yeah. And then also the fact that like Shadow was created, that was the original game, whereas in the movie they had him, oh gosh, I'm dropping frames. Whereas in the movie they just had him as an alien that came out of nowhere. And I feel like they could have developed all that a lot more if they didn't have so much Jim Carrey.
The funny thing is, those sections, they showed none of Gerald until the very last one.
Yeah, that's very correct.
I found that to be very interesting.
Yeah.
That to be an interesting choice.
Yeah, I think they should have showed more Gerald, and I think they should have shown Maria and Gerald interacting more.
Maria and Gerald interacting. Honestly, Shadow and Gerald interacting, because the other thing that felt wrong to me about the movie was the fact that Shadow and Gerald only interact like once in the entire movie.
Yeah, and they only interact like just the two of them. Like it's not a lot. Yeah.
Also, hell yeah, I remember that.
Wait, when you and what's his name?
There's like a bunch of binary code in Gerald's diary that I'll try to decipher.
You're gonna go see Sonic 3? Well, Anime Thanos, just be warned, we are gonna talk about Sonic 3 spoilers. So, you're in the store. Oh yeah, Nosferatu. I'm glad it was good. Devil7 says, I'm glad they took the more expected route with Maria's death. You mean having like the guy shoot the explosion and Maria die in the explosion?
Hey,
How did Gerald not die?
Because, I don't know, Gerald's also survived living up to 110 while also still being agile enough to dance. I don't know that.
I don't know how Gerald still lived.
Though, I will say I am glad they chose Gerald to still be alive rather than Maria, because Maria staying alive ruins a lot of Shadow's story potential.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. By the way, y'all, how's the audio balance, like, with how loud Kana is and how loud I am? Like, how is it? But yeah, no. Maria had to die in order for Shadow's story to work. Audio's good. Thanks, Bio. But how did Gerald not die? He was in the same room as Maria.
My guess is he was so further away from the blast. That's my only guess.
But he's old. That should have hurt him more.
Yes, but remember, he's an addict to Shadow's quill, so maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know.
Maybe. You like the twist with Commander Walters. Oh, yeah! Like, they were originally going to shoot Maria or the three of them directly, but Commander Walter intervened and moved the shot.
I honestly, I do like that because, well, yes, gun shooting on Maria is a tragic thing. It is very questionable that the gun soldiers just didn't decide to question her or anything. They just saw her and shot her.
Yeah. Yeah, it made more sense that Maria died, like, in the collateral damage than them actually directly shooting her.
Yeah.
Because in the original one, they do directly shoot her, but that makes no sense. She's just a child.
She's literally 10 years old, and they're just like,
10?
it's time to pull a cap into the child.
Yeah, no, that's messed up.
But the funny thing was, what I thought they were going to do, I thought they were going to reveal that Walters was the one that shot Maria. Because the way Shadow reacted to seeing Walters was like, whoa, what?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's mad that Walters was still working with Gunn even when he knew what they did to Maria, accident or not.
Well, I mean, I guess from trying to look at it from Shadow's perspective, he probably doesn't realize that Walters was trying to stop them from shooting Maria.
It could be that too.
Yeah, because from his perspective, all he's seeing is he's fighting with the gun soldier, and then the gun goes off and an explosion happens, and then Maria's dead.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe when we get that inevitable Shadow movie/show, everything will be explained.
Yeah. Have you seen the Knuckles show?
Yes, I have actually.
How is it? I haven't seen it, but I hear it's okay.
It's a good show. It's just not a good Knuckles show. There's only like 2 episodes dedicated to him.
Oh.
Everything else is just Knuckles has to teach Wade Whipple how to be a man.
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely thought the scene with Wade and the Master Emerald playing hockey with the Master Emerald, I definitely thought that was unnecessary and threw off the seriousness of the situation and the pacing. Like, Sonic is angry. He thought Tom was dead. Is not the time to throw in a comedy scene. It's absolutely not the time.
To be fair, though, while yes, I agree with you that it ruined the pace, I think the way they handled Sonic showing up to see Wade brought the seriousness back. Because Sonic, who's normally a talkative, joking character, he's not saying anything. He doesn't say a damn thing to Wade. Besides, where's the emerald? And then I think that's like the most serious I've ever seen Sonic in any piece of media.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I do agree that like that part of Sonic was well done. But I feel like they shouldn't have like changed the music or anything. Like they should have just like kept up the serious music. But definitely Sonic showing up incredibly serious, like I do agree. Like he was right to do that. He thought Tom was possibly dead.
Can we please talk about how crazy they made the scene of Sonic coming out of the planet? Gerald is like, what is that? A missile? And then Eggman looks at the Quill goes blonde, and he goes, "No, it's too fast."
Yeah.
And then just freaking grab Shadow through the Eclipse cannon.
Yeah. Gosh, I think I definitely do need to see that movie again and form like a more fair opinion of it. Because I was really kind of more focused. I don't know. I feel like the first time watching it, I was focused a lot on like the differences between the movie and Sonic Adventure 2. And like, but I feel like if I watched it again, having a better idea of what's going to happen and try to like watch it as a standalone film instead of like comparing it constantly to SA2, I feel like I could form a fairer opinion of it. But I do agree, too much Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah,
I think comedy in general, like I think the first 2 had some good comedy moments. I feel like the third one really overdid it on the comedy, and it really took away like the seriousness of the situation, and took away a lot of screen time that Shadow should have had, and a lot of development that
definitely
Shadow
agree.
could have had.
I definitely agree with that. I'm of the opinion that there should have been less Jim Carrey, Eggman, Gerald, and more Shadow with Agent Stone.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's something you could have done with that besides, Agent Stone finds out there's something wrong.
Not just, I mean, I say they overdid it with the comedy, and I'm not just talking about Jim Carrey. I'm talking about even that scene with Tom and Maddie where you find out they've been doing so much stuff because they haven't had their children around. Like when they made the puppet, I feel like the puppet joke was overdone. I feel like the scene of them doing nothing was like really dragged out and poorly paced. I don't know.
I didn't get that impression.
That's mine.
Until the puppet showing up. First, like, okay, that's kind of cute, and then they brought it up again, and then again in another scene. I was like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it was fine the first time, but I feel like a lot of moments really like the jokes overstayed their welcome, and that I think that was definitely a problem the movie had. And it took away a lot of the seriousness of the situation and Shadow's story.
That's where part of me is kind of glad / hoping that Jim Carrey doesn't come back. Not because I don't think he hasn't made a good impact in the movies. I just think him being there forces writers to have to write comedy scenes around him because he's basically gets stereotype casted at this point.
Yeah.
And I think having the villain be someone else allows the writers to actually make the story the way it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, like I love Jim Carrey, and I think he's definitely done his best. Like he's just doing the work that he's given. I'm not saying Jim Carrey is at fault. But the writers just wanted to overutilize him because he's a big name. But also, he talked for a while about how he was thinking about retiring from acting. And like, if you know he's thinking about retiring from acting, and you know that you're going to make several of these Sonic movies, like, Jim Carrey's amazing, but maybe cast another actor who's not going to retire anytime soon for the sake of consistency.
I actually will be willing to give the director the benefit of the doubt in that regard because Jim Carrey announced that he was thinking about retiring during the production of the second Sonic movie. At that point, Jim Carrey has already played Eggman, and there's nothing you can really do about that.
Right. Phil, Double Seven.
Did you see that?
Hey, Citrine! Thanks for the follow! 9 Citrine 9 is doing artwork for the Super Paper Mario musical.
Ooh! I admire your work.
Yes, absolutely. He's amazing. Yeah, by the way, we're talking about our thoughts of the Sonic 3 movie right now. So I don't know if you've seen it, Citrine, but that's what we're talking about. All right, Devil 7 says that the Rachel cameo not only felt unnecessary, but completely forced. Personally, yeah.
I actually disagree with that one.
I kind of do too, because she appeared very briefly. It was very brief.
It was only for like one scene.
Yeah, it was.
If any of the scene felt forced, I would say it was more Donut Lord's, the person Donut Lord turned into. Mainly,
Wait, the husband?
Yeah, because I was like, I get it. Like the way the character is portrayed, it worked for the Sonic movie too. But I felt like I just feel like Tom shouldn't be acting like him when he transformed at him. Because he kind of just felt like, I'm cool and all until my wife decides to get angry at me. It's like Tom, it can be submissive to his wife. He's not the type of when he believes in something, he tends to stand his ground, which is something I tend to respect him for.
Right.
He's not a total pushover when it comes to Pretzel Lady's comments.
Right.
And it felt very out of character for him to suddenly act super submissive all of a sudden.
Yeah, I definitely. Gosh, I have not seen the second movie in a while, but my parents and my brother hadn't seen any of the first two Sonic movies, and my parents had only seen the first one, so they hadn't seen the second one, so they didn't know the context of, like, the Rachel wedding and all of that, and, like, how it was all a setup by Gunn. So they didn't know that, so that scene wasn't as funny to them, and I understood, but I was like, oh, what a callback. But it was a very quick callback. It was, for once, it wasn't a joke that overstayed its welcome.
Yeah. I honestly, the way I would describe the humor in Sonic Movie 3 is, it's Thor Ragnarok humor, in which the jokes stay longer than they should, and they kind of come in expense of scenes that could have been really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But, at the same time, when the movie gets good, it gets good.
It does. It does. It really, really does. But I'm just like, ugh, why you gotta do my boy Shadow like that? Anyway.
To be fair, I think the Shadow was handled really well.
Oh, Shadow was done very well. Like, the writing and Keanu Reeves did very well. And I'm just like, all the comedy, like, this is Shadow's movie, and all the comedy and jokes overstaying their welcome ruined Shadow's movie. Like, bruh.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, though, no, not to be fair, I will also say this: I'm glad that the director and, in turn, the writers understood that the humor that comes with Shadow is that he's the serious one. Yeah. That's the joke.
Yeah, no, Shadow.
I do like that. Yeah. That's how they handle his humor.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I'm not saying Shadow did anything wrong. I'm just saying all the other characters. It's just like, this is Shadow's movie, and all the other characters that are trying to steal the spotlight with, like, overstaying jokes, it's just like, y'all, this is Shadow's movie. Let Shadow have his movie. Stop trying to hog his spotlight.
To be fair, Tom and Maddie barely had any screen time in this movie. They were really sidelined in this movie.
And honestly, I'm okay with that, cause I really wanted more Sonic in it, like more Sonic elements. Like, Tom and Maddie did what they did, but, like, I really wanted it to be more of a Sonic story.
I do agree with that. The reason I'm bringing it up is mainly because I feel like Sonic fans go into these Sonic movies expecting it to be one-to-one with the games, and it's like, did you not see the first movie? They can't just ignore that Tom and Maddie are Sonic's adopted parents right now.
Yeah.
So I would say the way they handled them in this movie is good, because they acknowledge they exist. They did their part, and then when the exit scene.
Yeah, I agree. Why isn't? Oh gosh, the game isn't turning on.
I guess you found out where the Latinas joke for Shadow came from. Wait, what?
I don't know if we found that out in the movie Anime Thanos, but what are you talking about?
I so Shadow found a good family, Sonic and his friends. Okay, I'm actually